Trying to set this up right now correctly. And TikTok is being, okay, so we're live both on TikTok and YouTube. And I'm here to unbox what I would say is my holy grail of swords. This is the sword that I've been sort of wanting for a very long time. And I was able to order it, and now it arrived today. I got home after being in the shop, and here it is. I am so excited to unbox this baby. Hope everyone is doing great tonight. I'll wait for a few more people, but I will just start loosening this up. They were really serious, the shipping. I have never quite seen it shipped, anything quite so crazy. Hey, Jill. I mean, they're not joking with this. This particular wrapping. This is from the Samurai Museum in Tokyo. And I was really shocked when I saw the sword was available. And I don't even know, you really cannot tell from the kind of pictures they send just what good shape, if these are in super good shape or not, but we'll see. Hey, Joe, great to have you here. Flip, always great. Yes, lovely gift. This is pretty much my Christmas present for me. This is what I want for me. And so let's see if I can figure out how to unbox this guy. It's like it's stuck. I don't know if it twists off or what is going on here. So let's see. It's not a twist off. Like, dang, I don't even know how to open this. Let's see, the tape is loose. All right, the tape is really loose, and yet it is not coming off. So maybe I'll have to try it at the other end instead. And hopefully this side is a little more easy to open. There are a lot more tape seals on this side. So anyway, hey, Drew, I can't read it from here, Drew. And hey, Jacob. And hey, John Spitka. Everyone follow Stanton Kendo EI. He is one of my sword buddies, fairly local, well, 2 hours away. And he has given us several swords to sell on consignment and bought several swords from us as well. All right, so let's see if I can get this open, or this might be a total unboxing bust, and I might have to just do this elsewhere. Like, Jesus Christ, I don't even know how they did this. This is really something. Maybe I need a screwdriver or something. All right, I'm examining. I don't know if they screw off or what is going on here. Whatever else I can say, it is freaking ridiculous. Fragile, handle with care. I don't think anything is actually going to bust this open. I might need some more tools for this, people. I might not be able to unbox it right now. But I do have a flathead screwdriver, so maybe that'll help. Yeah, or maybe I need a mallet. Do I have a mallet here? I have my Mikugi popper. Do I? Huh. Okay. I have a chisel. Let's see if I can get this thing open. It's freaking ridiculous. Let's see. Ascendant, he gets it, but I don't know. Let's see. That better be the AT4 I ordered for you. Is that a missile? Yeah, it really does look like one. Hey, Trevor Payne in the house. Lauren, hey. Twist the small cylinder. What small cylinder? I don't see a small cylinder. It's not a bomb, I don't think. Okay. I wish it had instructions on how to open it. It's nuts. Let's see. Yeah, I've okay, there is something actually on here. Let me see if this is helpful. To US. Nope, that was just a sticker, I think. どうやって開けるのかな? Well, this might be a total bust, people. The top. I don't see any cylinder on the top there, Jill or Lauren. But let us see. And once again, I didn't realize it was going to be so difficult. Otherwise, I would have loosened this up a little bit before unboxing. It's a cap. Any duster cans? No. Let's see. Nothing on top, it seems. I got that into the trash can at least. All right, let's see on this side if there is any sort of release button or what's going on here. 150 to go. Let's see. And once again, people, I am sorry that this is taking a long time. Let's see. It's PVC pipe. It should unscrew. I thought so too, but I couldn't. It wasn't budging. Is that a missile? Yeah. They are slide-on caps. Well, I'll tell you one thing. There's no sliding going on here. It's pretty secure. And I'm just seeing if there's anything under this tape that is any secret way to help release the pressure or whatever to help get it out, but no. All right, so I think I'm gonna have to use some brute force here. Like if I can have someone hold it and make a hammer on the frickin' bottom edge, then maybe I can get off. Okay. All right, kids, don't try this at home. All right, with the lack of them out, I'm gonna use the end of a chisel. Okay, I got under it, I think. Or maybe I didn't. Jesus Christ, man. I feel so useless. So I'm able to get under it. Maybe I just need to do it in multiple spots. And I don't have enough tools here to do this. So yeah, people, this might be a total bust. Put the chisel in the lip on the lip of the cap, then tap it around the sides with the handle of the flathead. Yeah, I thought about that too. The tape has already been cut, obviously. I'm not that stupid. I'm pretty stupid, but not that stupid. Grab the pipe wrench. This thing is too big. I don't have a pipe wrench this big. It might be negative vacuum. You need to find a way to get the air to open. I thought about that as well. So let's see. Maybe I'll use the chisel. I have a freaking mallet around here somewhere. Actually, not a mallet, but let's see. Yeah, it might be a vacuum. Okay. Take two. We'll see if this works. I need to be able to lean it against something because it's freaking giant as well. Kids, this is where a college degree doesn't get you. Yeah, this is not loosening, people. This is a great way to get views and stuff, right? To be on a live and struggle with something, pretending like you can't open it. Let's see. One shot it with a sword. Trust me, I was like looking at my ASAB 88 here and thinking, could I cut the top off it? Let's see. Do you have a hacksaw? Yeah, trust me, I thought about that. This is one way. I'm sure this is one way to get banned on TikTok, like maybe using ASAB 88 and just doing a. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that live on TikTok. That would just totally get me in trouble. Let's see. And it's not screwing off. Let's see. Studying it, like they're taking this, you know. However else they did this, they took it seriously. I might just have to like totally damage the cap. I was kind of trying to save it because, you know, getting a hold of good stuff is. So I got this baby wedged in here. Okay, maybe I will use the chisel head instead. And I don't have a hammer here, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would use a hammer. Yeah, people, this might be a total bust. Unless I could find a way to totally cut it open. Anyway, so how's everyone doing tonight? Katana bazooka, right? That's the top. Keep drilling in the cap. Use a tanto. Trust me, I was thinking about that. Watch it be glued shut with Gorilla Glue. Yeah. Maybe they actually didn't put the sword in here. They just sent me a tube with sand in it to make me think the sword was there and I couldn't open it. Stabby. Trust me, I would love to do that, but I don't think that's happening. This is like, it's super, super tough. So anyway. どうやって開けんのかな? 電話してみるかもしれない. Actually, it's already New Year's Eve in Japan and a Sunday, so they're probably they wouldn't answer a phone even if I called. I'd be like, how the hell do you open this damn thing? Yeah, I do think there might be some negative pressure going on here, and I might have to just bust this open and at least put a hole in it. So we will try that first and see. So Here we go. Nope. And this is like so tough. It's not happening. And I can just see myself accidentally cutting myself on live. So I might just wait on this and we won't unbox tonight. Sorry about that, people. Big Tony, I don't have any power. I have some power tools downstairs. Pry the blue tabs. There are no blue tabs. Is there such a thing as a katana machete? There are wakizashi style that look like my machete. Let's see. You have a million swords and cannot get it off, right, Highlander? Let's see. I would hacksaw the cap. That would spread the cap and pull off. Blood for the blood god. Get a 2x4 and whack. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, maybe I just have to let it acclimate to here, and maybe the pressure inside will change, and maybe it'll slide off a little more easily. I don't know. So maybe we will take two and try this again tomorrow. If you have a drill, put a small hole in each end to release the pressure. Yeah, I thought about that. My drill, interestingly enough, my drills are all over at the Kung Fu school. So I don't have anything to drill into it at this present moment. So they're at the sword shop, drill, whatever. Yeah. Have you made any Yakuza angry lately? They might actually be an explosive. Don't say that, man. Take a screwdriver, poke a hole in it, and put it in and twist. Highlander, there's no going through this with the screwdriver. It's pretty tough. Let's see. Katanas are my favorite weaponry of all time, and you guys have some dope pieces. Trust me, this is a super dope piece. I just wish I could get into it. This is actually quite a comedy of errors, in my opinion. Oh, wait. Oh. Just kidding. Hey, Michael Tron. So anyway, for those of you who are just joining, I have been trying to figure out a way to open this thing. I thought it would be easy to do a cool live unboxing. This is the first time I've ever gotten quite this sort of packaging from Japan. This is from the Samurai Museum in Tokyo. And usually I don't buy from them because they're like way expensive, but this was my holy grail of swords, so I figured why not? Just put that on the rack and pretend this, like, the whole thing never happened. I'm with you, Mark. That's what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna put it up on there in the rack, and I'll display the sword like this. This is also very quite. I mean, it's not light. I'd give this probably about 30 or 40 pounds. Let's see, maybe two people, one on each end pulling. Yeah, there's not much on the lip here. It would definitely take a lot of effort. I'm trying to figure out something. Let me think. A lot of me wants to go take my ASAB 88 and see how well it's supposed to have excellent chip resistance. I was like, maybe I could just bust it open, but we shall see. I would be worried about it falling over. You have not gotten here just in time. I can't open the damn thing. Sorry, the darn thing. It is just so freaking crazy. It's a cap and it's not budging. Can't pull it open, can't twist it open. And I think, yeah, there is some negative pressure. Sure, I just realized this is a SIA file. I wonder if I could stand here and just like grind away at it until I can release the pressure. Nope, that's not happening. So, how's everyone doing tonight? Would you guys rather me talk about swords instead of try to open this darn thing? Is temporarily using something like a rice oil than no oil. I don't think oil is going to help with this. Is there a Japanese god of packages who hates you? It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't necessarily be a god, but a kami, which is kind of the spirit of something. Hammer and 2x4 piece and tap around the cap. Open the cylinder. This is great. Lauren, I swear, if you make fun of me, I'm going to take a sword to you when I see you at your workplace next time. Just kidding, obviously. Let's see. I could do like some bongo playing with this thing. Yeah, this might be the sort of thing where I redo this on a different day once I loosen it. I really wanted to see this sword tonight, but I don't think it's happening, at least not safely. But part of me says, yeah, if I get a hammer, I should. If I get a hammer and just start whacking at it, I kind of have a wedge tool too. I could take that chisel and wedge it. Yeah. The problem is that my hammers are not in an easy location to get to right now. Cars in the way. Open off camera. Yeah, that's probably going to happen. No, I've tried both ends. Let's see. I mixed rum and quesadilla, and now I'm drunk and can't balance myself. Says Outlaw Samurai. Maybe that's the best way to try to open this. Wish I was a way to help you. Where's Scott when you need him? If you have a hair dryer, try heating it up a little. That's a good idea. Wrong end, no. Both sides are exactly the same. I've tried both sides. Yeah, I figured this might be the side to open because it had more tape, and maybe they were using it to seal. But nope, that's not the case. It's probably even harder on this side than the other side. So yeah, I guess for the time being, I will have to wait on my dream sword. Oh wait, is it moving? No, not moving. This is someone I'm not weak. I have a pretty good grip strength from practicing kung fu, but this thing is not budging. Oh God, I got my keychain on me at my workplace. Just bought 2 katanas from you the other day. Awesome, thank you, William. A Dremel. Yeah, I don't have a Dremel tool. Tried a twist. Definitely tried that. Sorry, I meant for a sword is using rice oil. I thought you meant like using oil on this. I was like, I tried that. I don't know. I've never even heard of rice oil. Yeah, and that is one of the things you do have to worry about. I would say at the present moment, if your sword, if you keep it in a place that it's not humid, you should be fine. Yeah. I said coconut oil. Yeah, this thing is not twisting off. I might have to take one of our power drills to it. I have one of those little kind of tools. I bet you that would release the pressure and it would pop right off. But yeah. It'll righty Lucy. Trust me. Hey, Scott, guess what? I have this sword that just came in, but I can't open it. It's too stuck. I have never seen packaging like this before. This is let's see, not oil derived from organics, says Cook. Yeah. So over here on YouTube, Railway Steel Expert over here, he says don't use organic oil on your sword. Try a sawzall and cut it. What is the sword specifically? I don't want to tell you because that'll ruin the surprise. But let's just say it was one time my holy grail of swords, not so much now. Hammer the top, one small drill bit. Yeah, the problem is my power drills are all over at the shop. So I don't have any way of drilling into it at the present moment. I don't have a power drill. I don't have a drill at all for that matter. So yeah, I'll probably take this. Maybe I'll unbox it from the shop tomorrow and then we can see it better. So thanks for bearing with me as I made a fool of myself trying to open this. And, all in the name of fun. Or maybe the pressure will improve. I don't know. Anyway, let's see. Your opinion on different culture swords. Well, I mean, almost every culture has a sword. And I think it really is indicative of what that culture, like sort of what resources were available and what those resources also determine how that culture evolves. So yeah, I think swords tell a big story. Actually, Scott always says this to every single person. Scott has like this line, pum, pum, pum. Anyway, my son thinks the swords are cool. Thank you. I'm glad he does. Let's see. I thought chogi oil was typical. Yeah, chogi oil is the typical one that you use to open it. This is super high. This is not a rubber. This is like a high impact plastic. So I don't know. Like I'm really tempted to try to take my ASAB 88 sword to it and hack it open, but at the same time, I don't want to damage what's inside. Let's see. Show off the personal collection. Okay, we can do that. Let's see. Hey, Mara, Ryan. So Ryan, this is the sword I'm going to send to you once I can figure out how to get it open. This is the one that I'm going to have you. I'm going to send you this and also the blade, the S5 big blade. But obviously, I have to figure out how to open this first so I can show it off. Yeah, it's really stuck on here really well, and I don't have any power tools here. I'm probably gonna go to the school tomorrow or the shop tomorrow and try to figure out a new way to open it. And then when I'm ready to open it, I will go live again and show it off. But for the time being, this thing ain't budging. It might be pressure as well. That's one of the things I noticed about some of this, especially saya. People have been complaining about their saya being loose when we ship them, and when they weren't loose to begin with. And when things are in shipping, you're dealing with different pressures, different temperatures. So all fun and games. Let's see. I want a two-handed longsword. Well, Joe Silverman, we actually have a lot of two-handed longswords now. We just got them in from Cloudhammer. And let me show you one of the kinds that we have. we have this version, this geometry, both in ASAB, or sorry, not ASAB 88, but in S5 shock steel and also 51 CRV4. S5 shock steel is really good if you want to abuse something. SX105V is better if you're cutting targets on a regular basis, like more typical targets. MN65 versus S5. Oh wow, worlds of difference. S5 is superior to MN65 in every metric possible that I can think of. It's better at edge retention, definitely better in durability. Yeah, S5 is far, 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 far better than 65MN. Let's see, favorite anime? I have to think about that. Do you run a dehumidifier? I'm in Virginia as well, and I do. The humidity here is a killer. I've had some rust on the Saya in summer. Huh, that sucks. Do you guys sell Chinese tamahagane or other durable steel, crucible steel katanas? Asking for a friend. Yes, we are going to be getting, actually, I think in this next shipment, we're going to be getting some tamahagane katana from Cloudhammer. And they are absolutely beautiful. All right. Hey, Scooby, try a butter knife. I've tried a screwdriver. I don't know if a butter knife will do much better. Use a sword to open it. Trust me, I thought about that. Just leave it there. I'll open it. Oh, so you're going to come up here, Ryan? If you do, you're more than welcome. Use fire. Trust me, I was thinking about that too. Someone had mentioned using a hair dryer, and I'm like, you know what? I might try that. But ooh. Anyway, yeah, maybe not. I'll try that with the ASAB sword. Show me a Chinese broadsword. I can do that. Chinese broadsword, we also call a dao. I'll show you my favorite one. This one is called a horsetooth saber. It has a ray skin wrap, and I'm going to turn on the bright lights here. Whoa. And so you can see the details in the horsetooth saber. Do you see how the edge has those ridges? It is still a little bit hard to see in the lighting here, but those people will mistake that for a hamon, but it is actually what's called horsetooth lamination. So this is my favorite Chinese dao right now. And when we say broadsword, we refer to them as dao. Hey, I saw one of your shorts and decided to check you guys out. Awesome, thank you. Let's see, do you sell any? Yeah, go to our website, rvakatana.com, and we have a huge selection of swords for sale. I'm at home right now, but we were at the shop earlier. I need a 1095 Battle Ready reverse blade. We have one in T10, which is very similar to 1095. Do you have a video game sword? Yes, we have Sekiro and Ghost of Tsushima and Devil May Cry. Let's see, Ring Light of Death. Ring Light of Death. It basically makes me look even paler than I really am. Let's see. Hold the tube with your feet and twist the lid. Mara, I thought about that, but I have such bad feet, I'm worried about injuring them. Plus, how much for the reverse blade? For the one that is T10, that one's $275. For 65MN, it's $175. No Blades of Chaos, no. Let's see. Do you make all of these swords? No, we import them from mostly China, but also we get antiques from Japan, and then Cloudhammer makes its blades in Vietnam while mounting them in China. So, someone was asking about a broadsword. This is this is called a Yanning Dao. This is a Chinese style saber. Check out the tip on this guy. It's got a really cool looking tip. I'm gonna hold a little closer there for TikTok. Hold it closer there for YouTube. This is a Damascus pattern. This is a chrysanthemum style. I don't know. Yeah, if you can see the Damascus patterns in the bright light. Any good daggers? We do have some daggers at the shop. I don't have any here. I do have some Tante here. Can you show me? I'm not sure what you're asking. Movie swords, Conan. We don't have Conan. Let's see. We don't have Conan. We have. I don't think we have any Western movie swords. We have Eastern movie swords, but not Western ones. Let's see. Hiroshima Dad brought back a couple from there. What's your thoughts? I mean, I don't know what he got, so I don't know how to comment on that. What is my favorite sword? My favorite sword here is this one. This is anywhere from 650 to 800 years old. It is a tachi from the Hoju school, and actually this thing in the thing I was trying to unbox is also Hoju school. Knocked over my tachi here, but luckily caught it with my foot, which is also very impolite in Japan, but better than letting it fall. So here. Hey John, how are you doing? Do you know if you're going to get more spring steel longswords? So we're spring steel. I don't think we will be getting actually 51 CRV4 spring steel swords, but currently we have S5 shock steel long swords and SX105V ones. They just came in yesterday. What are the small katanas called again? Tachi. Kung Fu skills in action right there. Do you know a piece I can get a World War II sword refurbished? I actually do not know. Lone Wolf and Cub Sword, yeah, Outlaw Samurai. We have one at the shop from Dragon King. We don't have it here. Katana Lings. Scott's being his normal self. Ornery. Let's see. Yeah, so this is my favorite sword, and when it's bright light, you can really see the beauty of Tamahagane. How do I figure out what's the link, Joker? Joker, I lost track of what you asked before. So a World War II sword refurbished. Basically, if you want the blade polished, go to Christopher Osborne. He'll do it less expensively than a professional polisher. Reverse blade, RVAKatana.com. Just look up Sakabato or Rurouni Kenshin or reverse blade, and you should be able to find it there. Yeah, people, if you want to buy a sword, help us. I actually would love to get 13 more swords this year sold. And we have wooden swords beginning at $35. So please, I'm trying to reach a huge milestone. Let's see. So yeah, this is my favorite sword. Though I think the one inside this box, I think this will actually end up being my favorite sword. Possibly. But once again, I won't know until I open the darn thing, and it is definitely... Ooh, no, that was just bumping up against something. That's definitely stuck. That is not moving. Are those carbon steel blades? Yes, they are. They are carbon steel, but they actually have a lot of different... For example, this is Tamahagane. This is 1060 and 1095 steel. These are Tamahagane as well. Some of those are Damascus with different types of carbon steel. So yeah, in general, we can say they're carbon steel. Let's see. Anything longer than that sword you showed me, like the same design? Joel Smith, which sword are we talking about? Let's see. Anyway, excellent. Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out how to open this thing. I think I'm going to take a drill to it. I'm going to take it to the school tomorrow, to the store tomorrow, and try to drill it and maybe use negative pressure, and hopefully it'll come off that way. In the meantime, we'll just have to play bongo. The two-handed longsword. No, that's as long as we have. Well, I take it back. At the shop, we have a claymore, or Scottish Highlander is the correct term, but we do have one of those at the shop, which is longer. Any bow? No, we don't. We deal almost like exclusively in swords, or things that could be defined as swords within a certain culture, but no bows. And my bow. Do you have any opinion on Indonesian Chris swords? I don't know a whole lot about them. I've seen pictures, but I don't know a whole lot about them to comment. Looks like I'm constipated trying to open this damn thing. The top twists off, John. Does it, Mara? This thing ain't moving. It's not loosey-goosey. It's not lefty-loosey, not righty-tighty. It doesn't. It's not twisting off, Mara. Have you gotten anything from the Sword Museum before? I need to see the Claymore. Joel Silverman, I plan to be down at the shop tomorrow, probably around noon Eastern. So we'll probably go live with Mark, and then we can show you the Claymore. I would buy from you, but I'm in the UK, so we can only get them with a license in the UK. Yeah, sadly, that is the case. Do you have any... Oh, okay, I already answered that question. Will your new sword keel? It'll keel over. Maybe that's the way to get this darn thing open. Yeah, I'm seriously thinking, like, if it weren't for TikTok possibly banning me, I really want to see the sword. I was thinking about taking, this is my ASAB 88. This is a mean sword. This is a tough sword, very chip resistant. I was like, maybe I could just chop it with this thing. But yeah, that's not happening. When will you have Kodachi S5 available for sale? So it's on its way. It was fun. It's funny. Cloudhammer sent me 3 packages, and the Kodachi was the first package that was sent. but the first one that arrived was the long swords, which was the last thing he sent. So I have no idea. I mean, UPS is doing its own darn thing, or maybe it was customs. So it looks like right now there are 2 more packages from Cloudhammer. One is in the city already somewhere, probably at UPS's distribution point, and the other one is in Pennsylvania. So in the next week, I will have all the S5 swords in. So we should, I can't remember if we have extra Kodachi. We will be getting more Kodachi just because they've been in high demand. What site do you use when looking for antique katanas? Several different ones. Chop it out of frame. I could chop it on YouTube, I'm sure, just not TikTok. Oh, let me turn off this bright glaring light since I'm not showing swords. But not as cool as yours. What was see? Righty tighty, lefty loosey. I just got samurai set for Christmas. Awesome. What is this? The John house? This is the John guest room. Let's see. I like that all black. How long does it take to make a modern katana from start to finish? So the blade, they can probably forge a blade in a couple days, and they usually forge several at a time. And then the fittings take another day or so. So they could probably make a brand new one from scratch in about a week or 2 weeks. First time in this live, how functional are those swords as far as mat cutting, just decoration? I would say most of our swords, like if you go to our shop, all of our swords can cut a mat. Well, almost all, probably like 90% of them can cut a mat. Here, yeah, all of these are functional swords. I would not cut with my antiques just because they are expensive as heck to polish, and any kind of cutting will scratch up the polish, so I won't do it. But yeah, they can still do it. They're all functional swords. Any ceremonial, well, number one, let's just say things very clearly. Harakiri is not ceremonial at all. So there's something called seppuku, and that is ceremonial, but harakiri is no. Harakiri, during seppuku, there is harakiri, but harakiri by itself is not ceremonial at all. And no, we don't have one. Do China or Korea have their own version of Miyamoto Musashi kind of person? I know China does has some famous swordsmen. Is there a difference in handling of full ray skin versus ray skin panels? Honestly, I can't tell the difference. We just got several swords with full ray skin wrap. Now, the one thing about the ray skin is that the full ray skin wrap gives the sword the ska more stability. So you're less likely for your ska to split when it has a full ray skin. Which sword steel can take the most beating and abuse between SX105V, 51 CRV, and MN65? 51 CRV4 is going to be the toughest out of those. What is the most expensive item in my collection? I just showed that a moment ago, but I don't mind showing it again because I really like it. It is this sword here, which was made between 650 and 800 years ago. It is very long at about 33 inches in blade length. And it is very pretty. And here, I'm gonna turn on the bright lights again, get ready to watch my face go bright. And I love showing off the details of the sword. It's still, the cameras still don't pick it up, even with this light. But there is so much detail in this particular sword. This is made by the Hoju school, which were non-Japanese living in Japan a long time ago. Like, we would not consider them, the Japanese do not consider them to be like Yamato people, but their sword making skills spread throughout Japan. So actually, the Nihonto, the Japanese sword, is highly influenced by the Emishi people and the Hoju school. How much money for all of those together? I don't know. We're talking about $80,000 worth of swords here. Hold it between your legs and use a rod or back of the sword to set knock. Yeah, I was holding it between my legs and it was not happening there, Outlaw Samurai. I think you've had too much of you said you were having rum and cheese. Yeah, I might have had a little bit too much of that. So yeah, this is my most expensive, most amazing sword. Almost every one of my personal swords is big. I like big blades and I cannot lie. But small blades are nice too. This is actually one of my other favorite ones. This is actually belongs to the shop. This is about 400, yeah, at least 400 years old. And this is a Nagamaki. Look at the shape of the blade. This is a wakizashi. And once again, in the bright light, you can probably see the patterns a little better. How long did it take to make an old Japanese samurai sword? Probably 6 months. Do you have any odachi in stock? Yeah, we just got a bunch of odachi in. Scott hopefully will be able to get them up on Tuesday on the website, but they're made of 9260 spring steel, which is really good. Spring steels make for very good odachi because odachi bend is easily because there's so much force acting on them. But with spring steel, you don't have to worry about setting that bend. I'm tempted to make my next sword a nagamaki. They are really cool. I'm a big fan of them. No rum and Mexican alcohol, the one with tequila. Oh, tequila, okay. What would you recommend as a functional weapon? Well, almost everything we have in stock is functional. There are some that are more durable than others. So if you're looking for a durable sword, then S5 shock steel from Cloudhammer Forge, that is our most durable steel. If you're looking to pay at least $675 for those, and we're out of stock. But then after that, you're looking at 9260 spring steel, and those come at about $200. Never knew. That's very interesting. Yep. Is there any real difference in quality when it comes to modern day steels and traditional? Yeah, modern day steel is far superior on average. Let's just say on average, because modern day steel, there's a lot more consistency in terms of composition versus traditional steels. It's basically a process of converting iron to steel. And so those processes are different from place to place, but you still don't get the same kind of standardization that you would get in modern day industrial steels. So in general, like 90+% of the time, your industrial steel is going to be superior to a traditional steel. It's not all the time, but generally. Yeah. That's not bad pricing for what I would call a live blade. Yeah, I mean, you can get a functional katana for under $100 in some places, and they're fine. They work. I mean, you get what you pay for. You're not going to get an amazing sword, but you'll get a functional sword, one that works. I found this channel and I am enthralled. Good work, sir. Thank you. As a historian, I tend to focus on ancient warfare and the world wars, so I'm happy to expand my knowledge. Thank you. I try. Have you guys ever thought of making or having a sword made just for your shop? Yes, people have talked about that. What's the Holy Grail? Chad, it's this damn thing that I can't open. I think I need to go to the shop and use some power tools. So we didn't get to show the Holy Grail today. How much for the vertical standing tachi behind you? That is not for sale. If I do get around to selling it, it's probably about $10,000. It's this particular sword. That tachi goes with this sword. This sword goes inside those fittings. But I love those. I am such a big fan of that style. This is called what we call the tachi. That I'm not going to sell it. But this is the sword. This is a Nami no Hira sword. They're from Satsuma, Japan. And here you can see the detail in it pretty clearly. Yeah, this one's about 600 years old, the blade. And it did go inside these fittings. These fittings are Edo period. So this particular sword, actually, if you look inside the tang, the nakago, it has like 5 holes in it. So it's worn a lot of fittings over the years. Yeah, this one's 600. I have one here that might be 1,000 years old. But I have yet to do it. But I could technically put this sword inside these fittings. I really should see what it looks like. I've never done it. But anyway, this is called an efutachi. This is the sort of thing they would have worn in the Heian court a long time ago. How long have you been studying blades in general? Not that long at all. Satsuma has a very interesting long history. That's really cool. Yeah, indeed. Satsuma was one of the provinces that was responsible for the restoration of the emperor. Well, in name, restoration of the emperor, even though they held a lot of power themselves. Satsuma and Choshu. There are definitely a lot of people who can say a lot more about blades than I can. Itachi, I'm putting this upside down for the time being because I have another sword in my hand. But a tachi on a vertical rack should be stored with the ska down and the blade pointing up. This particular stand needs to be shimmed a little more because it is coming loose. What's the one from the Edo court? That's called an efutachi. Hey, Steve. What is my real job? I am an acupuncturist. Why are katana and tachi handles wrapped in ray skin? The ray skin, so sometimes they're wrapped and sometimes there are panels on either side, but the ray skin helps the ito stick to it better so it doesn't slide as much, and also ray skin supposedly is better for the grip. Once again, I don't know if I agree with that, at least from personal experience, but again, I've never held a sword and had to use it for 8 hours straight, so who knows. Heian, my bad. What was the one from the Heian period court? It's called a efutachi. E-F-U, efu. It's not like efu, like in English you get a f, but in Japanese it's more a hu. So it sounds like a H, kind of between an H and an F, so efutachi. I believe Satsuma is also the home of Jigen Ryu, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know my Ryuha very well. I mean, my partner Scott could probably confirm that or deny that much better than I could. Satsuma, yeah, Satsuma is pretty famous though. Yeah, for those of you who are just joining, I started this live so I could unbox or untube my Holy Grail sword, the sword I've been waiting for a long time. But I just can't get into it. It's just, I guess there's probably negative pressure going on here, so it's pulling. So I think maybe I need to put a hole in it or something. But this is like a very high density plastic, so I think I need my power tools. So I'm gonna take this to the shop and take a drill to it. I'm kind of worried about that too, though, because what if the blade comes all the way up to here and I damage the blade? So there's that consideration. Maybe I have to go in from the side. I'm gonna have to ask. I'm gonna go call them and see. Do you happen to know anything about the Gasan school in the Muromachi period? I have a tanto from Uzen province from around 1530. I've actually been working on getting myself a homestead estate with a manor based off the Heian nobility's mansion. Wow, that's pretty cool, Jacob. Gasan school is pretty famous. Gasan, they made a very special type of pattern called ayasugi. And so they knew this way of, they had this expertise, or they still do, the Gasan school is still around, where they could basically make this pattern in very big wavy lines with different hardness of steel. And so in a way, it's very similar, I think, to pattern welding that you would see from Cloudhammer. But yeah, the Gasan school is very famous for that. And actually the Hoju Tachi right here is the same way, as is this sword, which is also a Hoju sword, which once I get it out of this freaking tube. Let's see. What's the sword in the tube? It is my Holy Grail sword made by the Hoju school, but I can't get the darn thing open. So I wanted to unbox this live. It just isn't happening. It was just like, we had about 100 people. We had about I think I saw it up to 230 people on the live in the beginning with me watching me try to open this darn thing. And I think it was more entertaining for them watching me try to open it than anything. So, but yeah, as of now, I can't seem to open the darn thing. So my AT4 is safe. Yes, it is, John. Yeah, I need to figure out how to open this baby. In the meantime, I'm just gonna have to serve as a play the bongos. I was actually thinking I'm gonna do a power drill into it, and I was like, no. What if the blade happens to be right here and I damage the blade with the power drill? I'd be really embarrassed. Because I'll tell you, what's in here is about 700 to 800 years old. Hey, Shandon. Maybe it's a two-person job. I think it's just a matter of letting it sit here. Chinese butterfly swords. We don't sell any yet. I've been thinking about it, but I do have my own personal pair. This is my own personal pair of butterfly swords. So, yeah. So anyway, the style that I practice of butterfly swords, we actually don't do the flipping, and the ears that we use are much smaller than this, and this is in a different position, but they're still fun to play with. Get a butter knife or nail red hot and burn a little hole. That's actually a really good idea. That's a really good idea. Or I could probably actually take a hairdryer to it. Anyway, when I get around to it, I'm going to open it first, and then I'll let you guys, that is, I'll loosen it first so we don't waste a whole lot of time. Yeah. So the style of butterfly swords I learned comes from Wang Shenglong, who was Yip Man's #1 fighter. Do you use to own a Pew Pew store? No, never. Recommendations to buy. Go to our website, rvakatana.com. If you're a beginning cutter, look at the Moritaka Vortex, Vortex. You just flipped them like a sai. That was cool. So classically in Chinese swords, that's what you do, is you flip them. But in the style I do, we don't. I mean, the style of butterfly sword that I do, we actually do not flip them. It's just for show. It's like when you have a pretty girl around and you just want to show off how cool you are, you'll do the flipping things. But I don't really do that. We do what's called touch drills. So we engage here and we leave an intentional opening. So if you face someone, like in Wing Chun, if you face someone straight on, you're inviting attacks from the outside, versus if you leave yourself open here, you're inviting attacks to the inside. But so once you leave this attack open, it makes everything more predictable. And so that is one of the versions. So Wing Chun, suddenly I'll flip it to the other side. This is the starting position. Now this was a system that was started, well, I should say that it was compiled by Wang Shenglong, who is once again Yip Man's #1 fighter. And so a lot of what we were practicing is they're called touch drills. Like if someone comes in, making contact to begin with, and then the rest of it comes in play. So let's see. Don't know if this got an answer. Do China and Korea have someone? Yes, they do. How tough is it to get a kana ball? Pretty tough. They're pretty heavy and expensive. Let's see. I've got Japanese butterfly wood saw. It's pretty cool. Ip Man lineage. Yeah. Your opinion on the Vinland saga? I haven't watched it. They're like manji sai with a big blade in front. Yeah. This is actually not an ideal geometry for these. The ones that I practice with for use have this more bigger thing. It's this big round tip. And so you have these little flicking cut techniques. So, yeah. So someone asked to see if I had butterfly swords, Ba Jian Dao, Ba Zhang Dao, and yeah, that's the bottom line, as we do. I probably know more about these technically than I do. Like I practice, of all the weapons I practice straight jian from Chinese jian, practice kenjutsu. And I'm probably, out of all of those, I'm probably sadly the best at kenjutsu, which is not saying much. But in terms of technical knowledge, I probably know more about with the butterfly swords from a technical point of view. Kanabo are sold by Nihon Zashi. Very good. So there you go. Nihon Zashi is in Florida. They pair really well with the staff. Do you have naginata? We are going to get some naginata soon. I actually just talked to Legacy Blades this about 2 hours ago, and they said they're going to ship it after the new year. What's my favorite Chinese sword? I'm going to guess Jian. Yes, it is. I'm a huge fan of Jian. My Si Gong is Li Moi San. Yeah. 1950s Yip Man student. My Sifu is Lo Man Kam, who is Yip Man's nephew. But my own approach has changed a lot over the years. So our core system is based on Lo Man Kam, but also been influenced by a lot of other Wing Chun over the years. So, okay, it is already closing in on 9:30. The unboxing was a total fail. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find a way to loosen this baby up, and then we'll try to open it another day where you can all see it. I really want to see it. I don't want to damage it either. So, okay, so going to go ahead and put these butterfly swords away, and then we will shut down. And thank you all for spending some of your New Year's Eve with me. And hopefully we'll be able to unbox this for the new year. So I shall talk to you all later. What happened? I tried to unbox this. I don't know, can you unbox it? Untube it? I was trying to untube this guy, but I just couldn't get it open. It's too sealed. I'm going to send a message to the people I bought it from to figure out like how to open it. Yeah. Hope you sell 13 more swords to meet your goal. Thank you. So yeah, if any of you are interested in buying a sword, go to our website, rvakatana.com. We have about 500 different types of swords in stock. and we have a goal to hit before tomorrow, before the new year. And if we can hit it, I'll have to thank you all anyway, because we had an amazing December and we had an amazing November and an even more amazing December. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna try to open this baby live in the future. And thank you all, and good night. And goodbye, YouTube.